Siren. Ross is on her ship, and she begins to ascend into the sky as the carriage flies out toward Hemersla. What are your goals for this trip?
I'm planning a murder. So am I wrong? I have something in a couple days, so I'm not gonna do it right now. Right now it's purely information gathering, and trying to get an idea of how I can do it, what her schedule is like, and maybe even aware if I can't do it while she's like, if she's too like surrounded by people, just get an idea of like security, because like I heard that she was attacked, right? So see if they have more security after that attack, all that sort of thing.
Okay, so you head to the to Hemersla, just a drive there. So you're just thinking through your different plans and whatnot. Eventually, you arrive at the city of Hemersla, and stepping out from the carriage, you step down. And did you bring any security with you, or is it just you?
It'll just be me.
Okay, cool.
But I have like a cloak or something, so like, because I'm in consulate uniform, I would either bring like either a change of clothes or like have like a cloak, probably both.
Okay, so how do you step out of the carriage, and what outfit?
Probably like a button-up. I don't know. Is that a proper style of the time period that this takes in? Like a button-up, like I'm not gonna be like super informal still, just because Ross is used to being like formal, but she doesn't want to wear the consulate uniform because that's like immediately drawing attention to her. So wear something like dark, kind of not like super neat, but also not something super
On proper, yes. Very good for the English language. Anyways, so you begin to walk out, and you're wearing just a dark, not casual, but formal, but it also doesn't draw as much attention as the consulate uniform. Casual. Sure. So, as you step off the ship, you're now in Hemersla. Where would you like to go?
I will go. I'm assuming. Did I have a map, or do I need to go find a map?
I'm sure you could have already prepped for a map.
Okay, so I have a map and I know where she is. So I'm going to go to that building.
Go to what building?
I don't know. Do I need to give you an exact address? To her name, girl building, Annie's. Jesus.
I'm sorry, what?
Annie's building.
Do you know where that is?
Yes, but apparently I.
You do?
Yeah. Daniel told me.
Oh, the building that was attacked.
No, the new building. I was told where she is now.
You wouldn't have known that, because she found out at the end of the session that she even had a building. I don't remember Tucker telling you the location of the building. That wouldn't make sense, because your scene with Tucker was before the scene where Angel Bradley found out that she had a building.
Oh, where did I write it down? I know I wrote down.
In fact, it wasn't even in that last political session where you ran into Tucker. So it couldn't have been that. He could have told you the building that was attacked. He could have told you where she had been staying.
Gosh. Tell me the name of the place she's been staying. She is at right now.
She has been staying at some kind of inn.
Yeah, it's like the Grape something Inn, isn't it?
Okay, so that's where you want to go. Gotcha. Okay, so you start heading in that direction. Okay, so you head in that direction and you close in closer on this building. Give me an Arcana check as you approach, please.
Oh, you know where I probably wrote it? I don't know. I have so many different places where I take notes. Oh, not good. 9.
9. Cool. So on a check of 9, yeah, you approach the building and you don't notice anything. You walk through the threshold and it looks like a decent hotel. There's a clerk sitting down taking notes and whatnot. You see someone check in and head upstairs with all their luggage and whatnot. And what would you like to do?
I'll go up to the clerk and I shall ask. I heard there was a woman by the name of Angel Bradley staying here. I'm looking to speak with her.
I'm terribly sorry, but Miss Bradley checked out this morning.
Do you know where she went?
They believe they found a new building for her.
Do you know the name of her new establishment?
It's brand new. I think they just bought it. Don't imagine they've named it yet. But the owner knows Miss Bradley, and I could we could pass the message along to her that someone was here to see her.
I will wait until I'm sure she will inform me of her new establishment when she's ready.
Very well. All right. Oh well. Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
I will. Okay. Do I? This kind of screws up my whole plan because I thought I was told where it was. On the map, how detailed is the map?
How detailed is the map that you have? I mean, I'm sure it's probably just, a standard map of the city.
Yeah, I'll walk around the town. I'll ask various people if there is...
Okay, so I just want to point out something to you. I mean, you can do this, but I want to point something out to you. Hermosa is not Seal, but there are no small cities in this country. All those have been evacuated and moved into into more compact areas. So Seal is huge, and no city is going to be anywhere near that size. Seal has like 30 million people living in it. But every other city is going to also have at least 1 million people in it, if not more.
I was going to ask around if anyone heard of a new she sells soup kitchen opening up.
Give me an intelligence check.
Please be good. I'm intelligent! Why is it not good? 7.
Oh, yeah. You can go around asking.
Because I know Angel Bradley is a famous person among humans. So if people had heard that she was opening up a new soup kitchen.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh my gosh! I'm not meant to find this building. I'm not meant to find this building. So screw this. Well, hold on. Let me see. Hawk. Yes, I will create. Oh, a raven.
Okay.
I'll summon a familiar. That is a raven. And as I travel through the city, I will look for, I guess, since it's new, it probably wouldn't be. I'll look for buildings that look like they are being moved into. I guess I don't know how I would look for this.
So what do you roll on that investigation check?
That is not good.
You don't find anything. I guess for the hawk, give me a perception check. Or the raven,
That's
whatever.
Better. Do I go off of their perception or mine?
Their perception.
Perception. +3, so that is a 14.
Yeah, there are quite a few buildings around that look like they're being moved into.
So I'll go investigate those and see if any are relating to Giraldi. And if none of that works, I will find people who sell lease apartments or sell plots of land and ask them about it.
Alright, so as you're going to these different places that look like they're being moved into, roll an investigation check.
Please be better. Haha. Investigation 16.
16. Cool, 1 second.
Also, really quick. Her new building is not the Garden of Olives, the kitchen that sells soups.
Her new building was purchased last night.
But it's
I don't
not
think it's
the
been
Garden of
named yet.
Olives.
It was purchased last night.
Okay. I didn't. You know?
Anyways. Sorry, someone's... yeah, so you're going through the city and you make your way to one of the buildings that's being moved into. And there is a businessman who is looking out over a little pavilion area, and people are moving in, and he's signing off some paperwork. Do you approach? The vampire.
What do the people who are moving in look like?
They look like workers moving stuff in.
Yeah, I'll approach him. Excuse me.
Hello. I'm sorry, I'm a very busy individual. What can I do for you?
Oh my gosh, that voice. I just have one question. Who is moving into this building?
I have recently sold this building and I am not one to give out client confidentiality. I apologize.
Very well. Do you know if it will be a kitchen of some sort then?
A kitchen? No, it will not be a kitchen.
I thank you for your time, sir. You may continue.
Very good.
He kind of looks you up and down and walks away.
All right, let's go to the next building.
Okay. You make your way to this other building, and indeed there are people moving into it. But as you get closer, you realize they're not moving in; they're actually moving stuff out. There is a vampire walking around, talking to people, giving orders that looks like maybe you're not quite sure what he's doing. And then there's a human standing off in the distance with a pile of paperwork and a clipboard in her hand, and she's like looking out over at things as people walk out, marking things down on the board. So yeah, what do you do?
Can I listen to what he's saying?
The vampire?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check.
Don't I get advantage because I'm a vampire?
I'm gonna change that to vampires get advantage on sight perception check.
Okay. I'm not supposed to be doing good at anything. 12.
No, you can't hear him from this distance.
May I wander a bit closer?
Sure, you can wander closer. As you get closer, you're looking at the vampire?
I'm just looking at their whole display, trying to not be like, I'm looking at him, but just like observing the ongoings.
Yeah, they're moving stuff out, and some people are carrying some things in. Again, that human off in the distance is marking things off on her board. And the vampire dude drifts by, and like as he walks by different people, he'll stop and help them with something. He'll grab a package that looks like it's heavy and people are struggling with it, and he'll ask people how their families are doing and, smile with them, be real cordial. And yeah, he kind of drifts between people, smiling and waving.
First I need to talk to the human. Ugh. Can I, what is above the human?
What?
What is above the human? Like, is there, like, wires or something? Wires or ledges or anything.
There are
basically,
boxes and crate.
I want my
around
raven
here.
to fly over and kind of look over the human's shoulder and read the papers.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Please don't be bad. Haha! That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Cool. So the raven flies over and reads it, and it's a report of the goods that are coming out of the building and going back into it.
Is there anything about, like, the contractor or what the building is supposed to be, or...
Not that you can see.
Probably not the building I'm looking for anyway, so I'll move on.
Okay. Those buildings were pretty far apart. Were you walking? You said you were walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually getting close to the end of the day.
All right. I don't think that's really a huge problem for me.
Okay, so you're just gonna stay up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you keep moving, and eventually you make your way to another building. By the time you get there, there doesn't seem to be any movement around the building.
Is it like all closed up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are there any windows I can look through to see if there's like what sort of things they were moving in? Maybe like
Lavasa
markings
windows
of-
are all tinted. You can't
Jesus
usually
Christ.
see into Lavasa windows.
Real question. If you cast a spell while you already have familiar, adopt a new form. Okay. Are there any spaces that a spider could fit through?
Yeah, a spider could squeeze under the door.
All right.
Actually, no, a spider couldn't fit under the door. I forgot these. This is Lavasa. Hermetic. Everything's sealed. No, there's not really any ways to get into Leviathan buildings without like access to it.
Is it like not big enough for anything?
What?
So I'm saying like it's a pretty like pristine building then.
Yeah. Every Leviathan building is.
Oh.
You're not gonna find a rundown structure unless it was just recently damaged by some sort of calamity, like I don't know, a fire.
Well, assuming that Annie isn't even in the old building, she's already moved into a building. So I'll look around. What time is it?
9:30.
So it might still be open. She might have gotten like an apartment building or like something that's like a kitchen and somewhere she can live, because that was what her previous building was, and I don't think she would buy 2 separate buildings. So I'll look for buildings that are still open, big enough to have a kitchen and like a homing space. And
Cool. Give me an investigation check.
Please. 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay, cool. Your Raven saw a couple of buildings. There are a few that fit that description. You want to make your way to one of them?
Can my Raven make its way to them and just get a
Sure.
closer look?
Look. Yeah, I can get a closer look.
Shut up.
It flies down and looks around, and while it's there, yeah, there are people moving in and out, but you don't see any, you find a couple of restaurants, but none of them look like, on a 17, none of them look like they're run by, a person by the name of Annie Bradley. You don't find a whole lot of soup kitchens for, people for free. You find a couple of buildings that are still open, but none of it really fits the description you're looking for. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Please? I'm not intelligent. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a soup kitchen that goes out for free, and you just said there's not many of those. So I'll look for, I don't know.
Okay, Siren.
I don't know. I'm missing something.
They purchased the building last night.
Yes.
Purchased.
But the lady said that she wasn't at the building. She moved out.
Correct. Do you think the morning after you purchase something, you've set up a soup kitchen?
No. Guess not.
So, looking for a building that's open that provides food.
Fucking could. I mean, I'm assuming that, she likes giving out soup, so she would try and get it set up. Like, even just something that was, like, mediocre to give out soup.
Cool. So yeah, you start drifting through. You find
Shut
another
up.
building that.
Okay, I'll stop looking.
Is that what you want to do? Like, there are other buildings you can go to.
It's not going to be like an obvious soup kitchen. It's probably not going to be easy to find, but I don't know what I'm going to do in the meantime.
Okay, so as you're drifting through, there is another building you see that's it's like a small 10-story building, kind of set away from a few other buildings. Like there's a row, and it jumps a little bit, and then there's that building, and then there are additional buildings. But it's kind of got a bit more space between it than other buildings. It's a... You don't see anyone around it. It doesn't look like people moved into it or have been moving into it. There's this one, and there's another one across town.
I mean, I might as well, again, because I don't have to do. I'll go across town, like, looking for buildings of, like... Basically, I'll go through the town looking for similar buildings, because, you know... I'm not gonna sleep, so I might as well be looking.
You go to the building, you skip over this building and go to the building across town. Again, it's just a bunch of dudes moving into a building with, you know, they're all working out there. You can see someone overseeing the project. Do you go talk to anyone?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go. Is there like a vampire that looks like they're in charge? Or...
Sure.
I'm sorry.
This vampire, you approach this person, and what do you ask them? You're not sure that they're in charge, but they look like it.
Are you in charge around here?
Well, almost. There's one person up from me. Do I need to go get the boss?
I don't think so. Do you know if this building will be a kitchen of any kind?
That's a question. I just oversee the guys out here. Like you need to speak to the boss. 1 second. He walks over to a little... This carriage looks like an old-fashioned carriage or palanquin. Like someone saw modern technology and said, I'm gonna sit old stuff on top of it. He taps on the door and a little slit opens. And then he walks over to you and goes, the boss will see you.
I'll walk over to the palanquin.
The door opens up and a small, thin man steps out and steps aside and bows.
Oh. For me to go in, or is that...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go in.
I'll go in, then, yeah.
Cool. You go in, the door closes without the dude touching it. And there's a woman in front of you wearing the most ridiculous white wig and ball gown and all this other kind of get-ups. Like, she never left the 11th century.
I feel like
she's sitting here fanning herself.
That can't be super uncommon in this universe, because we have
no, it's
vampires.
Really not.
Yeah.
It's really not. She's sitting there fanning herself and goes, "Good day. What can I do for you?"
Oh my gosh. Good evening, madam. I was just curious about the building that you are overseeing here. Do you know... What?
Interested?
More so about who is moving into it.
Oh, I see. Who is moving into it? Well, I have divided the building among multiple purchasers, each one owning a separate floor.
I see. Is one of these purchasers by the name of Angel Bradley?
She stops fanning herself.
That... human? No. I have not sold anything to something so undeserving.
Well, someone has. Do you know who would have?
Somebody has sold to Angel Bradley.
This is what I...
most distressing. People are not supposed to be selling to humans here. Who did you hear this information from?
I heard it from those who are above me. They have asked me to investigate who sold it so I can find the building.
I see. And whom do you work for, little one?
I believe you can understand that I cannot release such information.
Very well. But I hope you do not get offended when I ask. You look pale. How long have you had the red kiss?
14. Wait, was it this 17 years?
So young. How old were you?
25.
You were 25 when you received the red kiss.
She leans forward.
I see great power in your bloodline. You are no ordinary vampire.
She snaps her fan shut and kind of leans forward, looking into your eyes, and goes,
Tell me, who is your bloodline?
and she leans back, snaps her fan back open, and starts fanning her face.
There's kind of like a look of just like hesitation because I don't want to say, but also at the same time I feel like it's kind of obligated at this point since I can't really hide it any longer. My name is von Wittelsbach.
The Van Wittelsbach, from the line of the dragon.
Yes.
The very same as Diedrich Van Wittelsbach?
Yeah.
You know, that man once was a great man. May he rest in peace eternally. I knew him for a time. The dragon. Was he your progenitor?
He was.
My condolences, young one.
She
You
kind
know-
of flinches when she says like my condolences.
The lady kind of like touches her left hand and begins messing with her ring finger. But the fan remains fanning her face.
He was a good man. A great vampire. But along came Jeffrey and his schemes, and he corrupted the mind of a good man. Did you know he once was one of the foremost leaders in the Blood Pact?
Would she know this?
No, you've never heard any of this before.
What is the Blood Pact?
You do not know? Your progenitor did not tell you? 17 years. Yes, that was after his fall from grace, I suppose. What happened with Diedrich van Wittelsbach the dragon? Hello, do you know why he is called the dragon?
No, he never shared a lot with me.
He was called the dragon because he was trained by a dragon. It is said he spoke directly with the first dragon.
Why would he not tell me that?
Could not say, young one. All that I know is that he came to regret his life choices and cut himself off from the Blood Pact and his engagement at the time. There were many things he came to regret in life. The fool. You know, for a time he tried to give up blood completely. The sniveling fool thought that once he had drinking blood, he could cut it out of his life. The surest path to madness, that is.
That makes some things make more sense.
You truly do not know much about your progenitor, do you? I had never heard of him siring an individual.
I have only recently started to truly work as his sire. His, what is the word?
Thrall.
Thrall? That's
Thrall.
his thrall.
I see. I have 3 daughters, and they are all young and lively. Perhaps I could guide you, young one, and you could join among the ranks of my daughters. I hate to see such young blood wasted.
Who are you?
She kind of leans back and smiles.
I don't know.
My name is Valencia Dominica.
Have I heard of that name before?
Dominica? Oh, absolutely.
I don't remember the context of it.
Alicia Dominica. High
I don't know.
Consul.
Oh,
High Consul Alicia Dominica the Pure.
I see you recognize the name.
is she one of your daughters?
Alicia Dominica?
Yeah.
One of my daughters? Well, she was. But then she left. She decided, as many do who are not direct thralls of another, that their powers are better used on their own. And I was quite proud of her journey. She tried to kill me, you know.
I wouldn't consider anyone who had an attempt on their life to be proud of the person who did it.
On the contrary, young one. All parents wish for their children to make their own decisions. And choosing to murder your mother, there can be no greater expression of freedom. And look where she is now. Can you say that I failed as her mother?
That is true.
So my teaching must have done her well.
What do you teach?
I teach the arts, my lady. I teach how to rule. I teach the keys to power. I teach, she holds out her hand, the ways in which one grabs the keys to all the doors and holds onto them until all others fall before your mighty power. I teach the way of the vampire. You see, Lesson 1. All people have a price, whatever their price be, and it is not necessarily money. Many people desire different things, and if you can learn how to use their prices, then you can purchase anyone. And I teach how to purchase.
There is a lot that is kept from me. And so much that I'm learning that I don't know. Are you
Indeed.
saying that you would be able to help me gain knowledge?
Not necessarily that I could give you knowledge.
But learn how to take it from others.
Indeed, yes, this is something that I can do. I can teach you to wield the power that others wield above you.
She reaches out and grips your wrist, her claws digging in, and you see her eyes begin to glow a deep red, and terror begins to pulse through your veins as you see the blood begin to crawl up her hand. She goes,
I see in your eyes that you fear those above you. I see how you cower. I see how you flinch when I mention the name of your progenitor. I see one who has potential and power, but one who cowers behind a mask of deceit.
the blood begins to seep into her wrist as she looks at you.
Tell me, little one, do you want to take the power from those who have power over you and use it against them?
Yes.
She lets go of your hand. And with her middle finger on her right hand grows an immensely long claw, and she cuts her wrist and stands up before you, and it appears as if the carriage morphs to accommodate her space, and she appears to be gigantic, towering over you, and she holds her wrist out as a drop of blood forms, and she says,
Drink, my daughter.
I feel like she looks at her wrist and then looks up at the woman and just... There's a lot of thoughts, and there's like she's thinking of like... There's like a little bit of hesitation, but then it's like she thinks about being able to like not be controlled by others, and like finally like being able to like be her own person and like not have to worry about other people commanding her around and just being lower. And I think that's when she looks back at her wrist and she drinks the blood.
how do you drink the blood? Like, do you just gently lick it off? Do you bite her wrist? What do you do?
I feel like from the adrenaline of finally like having an opportunity to like the idea of being free from those who like have power over her, she is like aggressive. I don't want to say she like no she will bite into her wrist and she'll drink her blood.
You bite into the wrist and she smiles a grotesque, twisted smile and goes, "Yes." And then as you drink, you feel your heart begin to pound. You feel your eyes begin to drift with magnificence. And you feel a tingle spread through your body like nothing you've ever felt before. And you realize as you drink her blood and gain power, the gap between you two. This woman is so far beyond you in terms of power. You level up 4 times, and she does not
What?
seem phased.
Wait,
That's where we're going to end the session.
I gained 4 levels?